Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to find vacant, abandoned properties. So whenever you're driving around, some of the things that you're going to look for are high grass. You're going to look for code violations, stickers on the doors, and other signs of just clear, obvious vacancy. So you want properties that are vacant or abandoned because those ones the homeowners are more likely to sell. Whenever they live at the property, it's not going to be as easy for you to get a deal out of that. So when you're driving around, here's one for example, and I'll show you why. So when you look at this property right here, the garage door is all busted, and it's got this one's clearly vacant. It's got a bunch of code violations all over the doors. This property right here is definitely a vacant property. So I'm going to keep driving around, keep showing you things that we look for, but some of the obvious things you're going to look for is high grass, code violations, and just clear signs of obvious vacancy. Okay guys, so here's a house, and as you can see, there is a yellow letter on the window right there. Looks to be vacant, and that yellow letter could be a code violation. So this is when you'll want to get the address on. Some of the things that you're not looking for, you are not looking for properties that have a for sale sign in the yard. Those ones are listed with an agent, and we don't want those. We want properties that are off market, so they are not listed for sale and there's no for sale sign in the yard. Another thing that is typically a bad sign for you is if there's a lockbox on the door. So if there's a lockbox, that probably means that someone is already rehabbing it or it's about to get listed with an agent. So you are not going to send in any properties that are listed with an agent. You want all off-market properties. You're looking for vacant, abandoned properties. Some other signs of vacancy. Okay, so we have one right here, and I'll show you why. So this one has a yellow violation right there on the window, and there's no cars. You've got a bunch of leaves piling up like no one has been there. Some other things that you are looking for are a ton of newspapers. So if the newspapers are piled up, if there's mail piled up, just signs that people haven't been at the property. It's been kind of left, and usually it's pretty obvious whenever this happens. So here's one that you see, and this one has authorization signs in the doors. So the authorization signs, and then you can see all that stuff over there. This probably means someone's rehabbing it, but it still might be one that you want to add in because it's clearly vacant. But if it looks pretty nice, like for example, that looks like a new door. I mean, this is one someone's probably already rehabbing. So those are some little tips for you. But again, you're looking for things that are vacant, abandoned, distressed, high grass, tons of newspapers, tons of mail piled up, and ones that are not listed or for sale or have lockboxes. All right, I hope this helps, and I'll keep pointing them out as I go so you can see kind of what we look for. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind is, okay, so here, for example, is one. The mailbox is gone. It looks super run down. It's got stickers on the windows. This one looks vacant. But again, another thing you're going to want to keep in mind is if every single house on a street is vacant or abandoned, like every other house is boarded up, that's probably not a good area. So don't send a street of addresses because that's a bad sign, and that means that the property value probably isn't worth much. There's one for you. So you got that. You see this is vacant. This is abandoned. It's got busted up windows. It's got a board on that window. So when you see that every single house, so we go to the next house, is vacant. You see the stickers on the windows. And then we move to the next one. And the next one is boarded up. So, I mean, this is almost every single house on this street. So, this is probably not a good street. It's going to be hard to buy every single house on the street, so it is not a good sign. So, if every single house on the street is boarded up, vacant, abandoned, it's probably not a good street. So, I would not focus on those areas. You want to go to areas that things will sell and they're better areas.